Hey guys, so as you can see, dreams do come true. Anyways, this is the beginning of my new crafty week, and as I was hoping, it finally arrived, my new kit, the one that was lost, and I got it today. So this morning I got a message from my mail department that there's a package waiting for me. I had actually no idea what it was. I was thinking that it was the diamond painting that I was supposed to get, but no, to my surprise, it was this. It actually came with a different tracking number. Something was crossed over there. I don't know what happened. I guess it did get lost for a minute there, but it found me eventually. I did write to the seller. I told them that it arrived, and I am so happy. Anyways, this was my plan to start after my Scorpio. No, not Scorpio. After my octopus finish, and I was planning to start this right away. And well, I guess today my plan is going to be happening, and yeah. So this is kit. It's a kit from a website called Katrusini Rukodelki, and it's a Russian website. It's kind of like a group, and they that's the store where I get my Chimera charts, and this is also a Chimera designer pattern. So this kit was, well, basically how they do it, you tell them what kind of thread you want, what kind of fabric you want, and if you want printed or like a digital chart, and they do kit it themselves. So I'm going to show you in a second what I've chosen for this kit, and let's just start looking at it. I'm so excited. I've actually already opened it because I had to film my Russian version for this, so I do know what's inside, and this is so beautiful. Anyways, okay, so let's start. This is from Katrusini Kadelki. It's called Lighthouse on a Mountain, I guess. Lighthouse on a Mountain, on a cliff. There, a lighthouse on a cliff. So this has 67 colors. The size of it is 320 over 400 crosses, and it's, like you can see, it's a lighthouse. It actually is the bag. I did take it out because it was ripped on the side. I don't know why, but it looked like it was like totally open, so I just slided it out from here. I don't know how I'm going to keep it, this kit, I guess in my teen box, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm going to put it in folder or something. So let's see what's inside. Okay, so this is 25 count fabric, and this is actually not a normal fabric. This is a Gobelin net. So I'm going to show that to you in a second. It has SHS threads with 70% more than you need. So there's a lot of thread, and you can waste as much as you can. Well, I won't recommend it, but still, it has needles, and it's got laminated, I guess, no, laminized, laminated organizers. Anyways, let's just see what it is. So this is the front page. It's kind of a carton, and if you turn it around, you can see the whole picture. It's kind of a little more colorful. Wait till you see the threads, but this is how it looks like. It has 30 full pages and 36 like all together. The lower 6 are the, like pieces on the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from this little one. I am going to stitch this from my cross stitch saga. I do have this in a digital chart, so I am going to use my digital format, but I'm thinking maybe I'm going to go through this paper one too and just cross it on the paper as well, just to make it just so I can be sure that if something happens to my cross stitch saga, nothing will happen to this. So we'll see, because I do stitch a lot of progresses on my saga, and this is going to be one of them. So let's just put it aside and see the chart. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but just a little piece. So the paper are very good quality. The print is very, very good quality. Very, like, you know, everything is pretty good looking. The symbols are pretty large. I mean, they're not huge, but they are large enough, and for me they are the perfect size. So the chart is looking great. We'll see how it's going to be stitched. Hopefully it will be good enough. So let's see what we have in the kit. As you can see, whoa, whoa. Okay, so the organizers are really laminated. It has pretty stern texture. We'll see how it will be in use. I'm not planning on changing a different organizers yet. We'll see if it won't rip, if it will hold enough until I will, you know, start stitching and keep stitching, and we'll see if it will not be ruined. If it will, I do have different organizers to put the threads on. Anyways, what we have in here is the amount of threads on the organizer. You see like how many full threads you have. It has the number of the color, and it has the symbols. So I usually use only the symbols. I don't really mind the numbers, but still, the threads are amazing. I didn't open it all the way yet, but I'm planning on doing that only when I start stitching. So I'm going to just show you like this. This is organizer number 1. Look at these colors. You cannot see that the image is not bright. So look at this. Orange, amazing. The colors are beautiful. Organizer number 1. Then organizer number 2. This pink is amazing. This blue, the red. It's not a red, it's actually kind of a dull color, but it's still beautiful. And on the last organizer, oh, there's another bag with more threads, backups, so that's great. On this organizer, we have like the remaining threads, and then we have the places to put our blends. These are all blends. As you can see, it's made of 2 colors, so when you start stitching, you can just hang it on here and then pick it up from here. That's really comfortable, and I think that this will be great in use. Now, about the fabric, we do get 2 needles, and the fabric is, like I said, is equal to 25 count, but this is actually a Gobelin net. And as you can see, it is really, really tiny. It's already printed, and it's kind of a net. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a little rougher. I don't know if you can hear. And it's kind of a netty. So for those of you who have stitched Gobelins on this kind of fabric, it looks great. I love this tiny little thing. So Gobelin is stitched with like a half cross type of stitch, but it is a little different in technique. Maybe one day I will make a video about that. I am planning on starting this kit today already because I cannot wait. Anyways, I have waited for this for too long, and I was planning to start it right the second when I finish my octopus, because I'm crazy like that and I just wanted to start a new kit. So this is my chance right now, and I think that this is going to be a very fun stitch. It's going to be interesting because I love stitching with half crosses. It's faster, and I like the way the threads are, you know, sitting, especially on a fabric like this. So this will be my first trial on Gobelin stitching style on Gobelin nets. So wish me luck, and tonight I will definitely show you my little progress. I'm sure that I'm going to at least start this. I'm not really sure what I'm going to stitch it on, if I'm going to use a Q-snap or a hoop. We'll see, I haven't decided yet. So I will, you know, figure that out when I open the whole thing and the fabric, and I'll see if my Q-snaps really do hold the whole thing, and then I'll decide. So anyways, hopefully it will be interesting and it will be a fun stitch too. So another project is now starting. Today is starting, and yeah, anyways, tonight I will show you the progress, plus I will show you my progress in my octopus and my other chimera. That's actually, I have 3 chimeras now. So yeah, I am actually doing the larger stitch this year. Anyways, I did stitch my chimera yesterday, and I did have a little bit of a progress over there, and I will show that to you tonight when I will finally show you the start of this. So I'll stop talking and I will see you tonight. Okay guys, so it's almost 11 o'clock at night, and I am just sitting here trying to film an update for today's stitching for my new kit and for yesterday's job. You wanted to say job project, and Luca's here with me. I'm sure that you haven't seen her for quite a while. Last time you saw her, she was tiny, and look at her. She is a big girl now. Actually, she's 6 months old. So here we are. Hey, you're sleepy? She's sleepy. She wants to sleep. She sleeps with us in our bedroom. And she sleeps all through the night, so she's a good girl. She's a little silly most of the time, and she's annoying, but she's a good girl, right, baby? Yes, you are. Anyways, let's see what I've stitched today. Okay, so this is my new project. This is the chimera that I've been waiting for to start after my octopus, and finally today I did it, and I did have quite a bit of stitching today. Actually, because it's stitched with half cross, or it's supposed to be stitched with a gobelin stitch, it's kind of going faster, I think, but still, can you see how spread out it is? I mean, it's just the beginning, so it looks a little scary, but I'm sure that eventually when this whole area will fill up, it will look less scary and it will go better. It is a chimera. It has a lot of colors, well, not too many, 62 or 65 colors, but still a lot of colors. And chimera projects are not much different than HAED. They do have less colors, but the patterns are just as hard, as difficult. So I did choose to stitch it on my how do you call it, on my Q-snaps. This is the same frame that I used for my octopus, so this is how it looks like. And actually it covers the whole thing until the end of the stitch, so it's kind of okay for now. I'm not sure if it's comfortable enough for me because the stitching is so small, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe I will change it eventually, but for today it was fine because I really wanted to start it. And this is what I have. Actually, I'm having a little bit of difficulty to stitch with Gobelin style stitch. I don't know if you know what kind of stitch it is, but it looks exactly like half cross, which I love, but it's not exactly, because in the back you do the long stitch instead of the shorter one. Like if you take out your thread from here, you don't go and put it over here, like you don't go zigzags like that. You like take your thread out from here, like if you started from the top, the top left, you go to the bottom right, and then you go back to the top left, so it goes with a long stitch like this. So top left, the bottom right, top left, bottom right, top left, bottom right, and then the back side is fully covered with thread, and you don't have like blank spots. But it is a little difficult to do when you have so much spread with the color. Like this green-ish color is so spread out on these areas that it's kind of difficult to do the gobelin stitch. So sometimes I do move to regular half cross. I know that that's not right, but I don't care. It looks exactly the same. Another thing, the fabric is already, as you can see, it's already has the, squares. How do you call that? It's already printed on the fabric, but because it's yellow and it's so hard to see because the lighting that I have when I stitch is not that great to see the light yellow, I did use my marker. This is my favorite marker, water erasable pen. It's blue, it's not that bright, and it actually it fades by itself. You don't even have to wash it, but it is a little more obvious where my where my walls are and where the like little square starts and ends, so it's more comfortable for me that way. It's a little difficult to stitch this kind of pattern if you don't have the grid, so you have to have the grid on. So this is what I have, and let's see on Saga what I have stitched today. So this is the project. This is Lighthouse on a Cliff. So as you can see, I've stitched today 0.66%, which is not a lot, but it's quite a lot for me because I have stitched a bit today. Let's open this and see what we have. Okay, so this is the color that I was going to stitch next, but I'm not going to because it's already too late and I have stitched too much today. But as you can see, let's just Google. No! Why did I open Google? I don't know what I did, but let's open this again. For some reason I pressed on Google and it opened Google search for me, so yeah. Anyways, let's go back here and let's see how much I have stitched today. So today is the 29th, and today I've stitched 856 half crosses, which is a lot. That is a lot. We have 128,000 half crosses to stitch, and I have stitched today 856, which is a great amount for me. Actually, considering that this is half cross, it's fine. It's not that much. It's halfway from a full cross, so it's taking less time to stitch, but it's not an easy project, and I'm sure that it will be really interesting to stitch that. I do hear that stitching lighthouses is for like a wish to come true, so I'm thinking of writing a wish in the back of that project and just covering it with thread so it will eventually happen, hopefully. So guys, let's see what I've stitched yesterday, because I haven't filmed yesterday and I did stitch my other Chimera, so let me show you that. So Chimera number 2, that was one actually. At number 3, I have 3 Chimeras now, and number 2 is this. This is my Scorpio, and as you can see, I have progressed with this side already. I have filled it up with the blue because there's a lot of blue. I have a red project with my ruby Taya. I have a blue project with this, and I have a really colorful project now with the new kit. So this is what I have. As you can see, covers perfectly. I am in love with this, coverage. I'm just in love with it. Well, I'm not going to talk too much about it because I was stitching it yesterday and I just wanted to show you what I have done. So let's see on Saga how much I have stitched. And this is it. This is my Scorpio, and I have already stitched 11.2% from this project. Let's open it up and see how many stitches I have done. Let's open it up. So alright, so on the 28th, which was yesterday, I have stitched 529 crosses, which is quite a good amount for me too, considering that my standard is about 300, between 400. But when I stitch more than that, I am so happy. So on the 28th, I have 529, and on the 22nd, I also stitched quite a bit. I stitched 562. So yeah, that's a lot. I have already stitched 15,146 crosses from this project, and altogether we have 135,000 crosses to stitch. So yeah, we have a long way to go, and tomorrow I'm actually working, but I'm working from 5 o'clock, so I have until like 3:30 to stitch, half of a day free because I don't have much to do tomorrow, and from 3:30 maybe I need to start getting ready, getting myself together. So I do have quite a bit of time to stitch tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to stitch tomorrow. Maybe I'll keep stitching my new kit because it's new and it's interesting. So for today, that's about it. I will try to update you tomorrow on tomorrow's progresses, and we'll keep in touch. Hey guys, so today's the 31st, and yeah, I haven't filmed yesterday just because one reason, I really didn't have anything new to say. But like I said, every time I get a new project, I cannot leave it alone, and I just keep stitching the same thing until I get tired of it and I just want to move on to something else. So like you can see, I am working on my new project. This is Chimera number 3 and this is the lighthouse that I got well, I guess in the beginning of this video. So I have been stitching it for a couple of hours for the last like 3 days, and really I am so proud of myself because I have so much progress. Though the point where I started is kind of dull, it's a little, dark-ish, and I cannot wait to go up to the whole, sky thing in the ocean and the lighthouse and the green grass. But right now I'm at the point of, the lower left corner, which is like a little bit of darkish, shaded side. So anyways, like you can see, I am stitching it with half cross. This is actually a Gobelin net, like I said before. There it is. There it is. No, focus. Yeah. So I cannot get myself to stitch only Gobelins because I keep going back to regular half cross. So yeah, anyways, I don't think that's that, you know, that much of a problem, because basically it's the same thing. What's wrong with my focus? Basically it's the same thing. Eventually on the front it looks the same. The back side looks a little, you know, different when you stitch a blend stitch, but it's fine, no problem with that. So I am having quite a bit of a progress with this for the last couple of days. I have changed my frame because the large frame that I used, well, not frame, it was the Q-snap that I used for my octopus, it ended up being not very comfortable because the count of the fabric here is really you know, small. So I don't prefer something smaller so I can hold it closer to my face. So yeah, it's a little lighter and it's more comfortable. So this is how it looks like. It's basically the same Q-snap, but it is, you know, like smaller. It's like half the size. So I am stitching only around this area. Don't want to spread too much to the sides just because I think that it's more comfortable for me. So when I finish up this whole area, I will move to the next fragment for this chart. So let's see what I have for my saga. Okay, so this is my project. This is my new project, and can you see I already have 2.36% done, which is amazing for considering that I've been stitching it for like 3 days. So let's see what I have already stitched. Come on, open up. Okay, so there it is. Right now I'm stitching this little, you know, symbol. It's color 317 in DMC. So let's see what I have stitched. So today is the 21st, 31st, and I have done 1,312 crosses. I mean half crosses, which is amazing. Well, I had quite a bit of time to stitch today, so as you can see, I am having a lot of fun with this project. Maybe because it's new, maybe because I'm just enjoying such a small count and I miss it. Though I do have my HAED, but my HAED is making me a little bit bored sometimes because it's a monochrome and it doesn't have so many colors. So for the last 3 days, I got it on the 29th and I started with 856. Then I went up on the 30th to 859, and today I've made my record, and it was 1,312 half crosses. So I'm really proud of myself. That's great job, Erin. That's amazing. And now let's see the most tasty thing out of this whole thing, and it's the threads. Yeah, the threads are amazing. The organizers are actually really comfortable. I was thinking that I have to change it, but they are laminated, so they are pretty stiff, and for now they are holding up very well. Well, I've been only stitching for 3 days, but still they're holding really well, and the colors are so amazing. Can you see the colors? The pinks are beautiful. There's some greens, there are some blues, pinks, purples. I think that goes to the sky. A lot of beautiful colors. This one, the lime green one, I love. Anyways, the threads are amazing, very good quality. I am enjoying stitching that. This is actually a color that I have stitched already, so I just put it back on. It's not a big piece. I don't know why I hung it back on, but maybe I will use it later when I start stitching again. Considering that this is half cross, I do not need a very large thread to make quite a good amount of crosses. So yeah, anyways, this is what I have, and this is the progress that I made. As you can see, I already used the purples and they look perfect. So we'll see what I'm going to do tonight. Like I said, is the 31st, and I just want to wish all of you a perfect new year, an amazing time, a good progress with all your projects, and may your wishes come true and your families be happy and healthy and bring maybe babies, maybe many babies to this world, healthy, beautiful babies. And yeah, and thank you for everybody who's been with me during this year. My channel is not 1 year old yet, but still, considering this a very good time for me. So thank you again, everybody who's following me, who's giving me thumbs up or down, that's fine. Girls who are writing comments, I really appreciate it. It's really nice to know that somebody is watching my videos. It makes me feel very good. Anyways, I'm going to get ready before my husband comes pick me up, and we're going to visit his parents, and then we are going to spend the evening and meet the new year with my family. So have a great New Year's Eve and have an amazing time stitching and having fun and being with your families and with your friends, and thank you. Hey guys, so today is Saturday, the 4th of January, and yes, so we, after Christmas, after New Year's Eve, after everything, and I keep stitching. So obviously my video will come out tomorrow on Sunday because I stopped uploading on Saturdays. It's not comfortable for me anymore. And today was a regular stitchy day. Actually, I had a lot of free time today, but I was sleeping half the time and stuff, so anyways, I did stitch today and yesterday, and this is my new project. This is Chimera number 3. This is Lighthouse on a Cliff, and as you can see, I have been stitching it quite a bit this week. I don't know if it's a big progress, but it's kind of big for me, so I am really enjoying. Actually, I am loving stitching on this net thingy. I don't know why, but I really enjoy it, and I really like the way the threads are sitting on it. Even the darker colors are, amazing. I love 25 count, and I love this type of fabric. This is a blend net, and I am loving it. So I am actually not really stitching full blend stitch. I don't know why, it's just not comfortable enough for me. I tried to, and this area around, like areas when I have a larger maybe area to stitch in the same color, so I try to practice it, but usually I don't, and I keep going back to just regular half cross. But I'm in love with half cross. I love stitching half cross on this type of fabric. It's very good looking. So I decided that I will be ordering more of this fabric for future projects. Plus, I think that I will be ordering from this group again, from Katrusini Rokadelki, though I did have a problem with the mail this time. It was taking a very long time, and it actually arrived in a weird way. Like, it arrived to a different postal office in the city than usually, plus it arrived under another tracking number. So I don't know, maybe they did lose it somewhere along the way and then they found it. I have no idea, but eventually it got to me, so I'm so happy, and it's looking very good. I'm having a lot of fun stitching it. Hopefully it will go much easier and faster when I go up there to the ocean and the sky is like amazing with the colors and the purples and the pinks and the, you know, all the amazing colors that they are that are in this project. But for now it's kind of a difficult area because I do stitch grass and this flowering and stuff, so it's taking me a while. But I think for the 3 days that I was stitching it, I think 3 days, I think I had a good project and a good progress, you know. So let's see on Saga how much I have stitched. My bedding, sorry. Anyways, this is the project. This is the picture. You cannot see the bottom side of it because it's just a preview, but as you can see, I've already stitched 3.53% of this chart, so it's a very good progress considering that I have been stitching that for just a couple of days. So let's open this and see. This is the next color I'm going to be stitching. It's a blend again, so hopefully it will be a beautiful one just like everything else. And let's see the time of stitching. Okay, so on the 1st of January I stitched 1,060 crosses, which is a very good progress. And on the 2nd I have stitched 434 half crosses, which is a very little amount, but I think that was Friday and I didn't have that much time to stitch. I don't know, was it? No, it wasn't Friday. I don't know what day it was, but anyways, I didn't have a long time to stitch. I stitched it before I went to work, so I did as much as I could. But as you can see, since I got it, I have been stitching it for 5 days. 29, 30, 31, 1, 2. So 5 days in a row. So every other project that I had was resting, and I did do quite a bit of progress for me. So I'm thinking that I am loving this, and I love this project, and I love the way everything looks. So I am sure that it will be so beautiful when I'll go up and start stitching the brighter colors. Okay, so let's see what I have been stitching today. Actually, I started stitching it yesterday. Yesterday I didn't stitch my lighthouse. I just started my HAED, the second HAED. No, this is actually the first. I started the Scorpio. That was the first. So the first HAED I started stitching again yesterday. I haven't been stitching, as you saw on the timing for my lighthouse. On the 3rd I didn't stitch it, and I was stitching the octopus. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak. Okay, air. Yesterday I started stitching again the other chimera that I have, which is the Scorpio. Okay, I'm taking myself together. And let me show you the Scorpio now. So this is it. This is my Scorpio, and I started stitching it yesterday. It actually moved a little bit for after 12 o'clock at night, so it moved to this day, like 6 crosses I think. But today I kept stitching it. I don't know, I just had this feeling that I really want to progress with it. Plus I love the blue color, so it's a good difference between this one and the lighthouse because there's a lot of dark colors, and this is a beautiful contrast to that. Can you see the crosses? Looking amazing. Of course, DMC thread, it never disappoints. Plus 18 count fabric is my second favorite. Actually, my first favorite is 25 count, and my second favorite is 18 count. And after that, I like the 14 count fabrics, just because they go well with the kits. So yeah, I don't like 16 count because it's kind of in between, and I don't like the way the threads are sitting on it. So 18 is better for me. Anyways, this is what I have, and this is how I progressed with it. Hopefully you can see the difference because I think it filled up pretty well. And let's see what we have on Saga considering this one. Okay, so this is it. This is my Scorpio, and 11.7% are done, which is so great to see past 10. I'm sorry for my nails. I keep wanting to do my nails, but I don't want to because I want to stitch. All my 3 time is going for stitching. So this is the color that I'm stitching right now. This is the symbol color 3842. It is beautiful blue, and let's see how much I stitched. So yesterday on the 3rd I started 212, which is a little bit, but I started it after work at the evening, so just before I went to bed for a couple of hour or two, not even 2, maybe an hour. And maybe I am a really slow stitcher, I don't know. And today on the 4th I have been stitching this for half a day, so 533 crosses is a good amount for me. It's basically a little more than my average, but it's good. It's a good amount. So as you can see, this is actually how much I stitched already, and this is the amount I need to go for. So yeah, there's a lot of work to do, a long way to go, but I'm sure that it will be great and it will be beautiful eventually. It's a beautiful picture, and once I go up to the fires and to all the elements that are upstairs on the upper side of this project, it will be very, very beautiful. I also forgot to write a wish on my lighthouse project. um, they actually say that stitching a lighthouse, you can make a wish, and the image is for your wish to come true. So I'm thinking of writing my wish on the back of this project and just sewing it in, and hopefully it will come true. I'm sure everything will come true this year. Everything we wanted, everything will get better. Money wise, baby wise, everything will be much, much better this year. So hopefully I am very optimistic about this one. Actually, I am finishing this crafty week. I was thinking about making a video because all Russian vloggers, stitchers, they film New Year's resolutions, they film the projects that they finished and the plans for the year 2020. But I decided not to do that. I was thinking about trying to do this year, but I decided not to because I don't like making plans. I mean, what if all of a sudden I will want to start a project that I wasn't thinking about, or I won't want to stitch that particular project. I don't like to make really strict plans for me, or I don't stitch that fast, I think, for me. So I'm thinking that if I'll make plans for 5 new projects to finish this year, I will never do that. So all my projects, most of my projects, the larger ones that I had last year, are moving into my new year with me, and hopefully this year I will be able to make them a little more beautiful and progress with those a little bit. Plus, I am sure that this year I will be starting some new designs. I don't know when, I don't know what, I still haven't decided yet, but I do know one thing, that I am planning on finishing my diamond painting very, very soon, and I am almost crossing the finish line with that one. Unfortunately, I haven't got my new kit yet. Again, it's delaying. I don't know what's happening with our mail, but it again stopped updating in some point, on the 23rd, I think, last month, and it still haven't progressed. So hopefully everything will be okay with that kit, and I will be able to start my Christmas kit after Christmas and the beginning of the year. So hopefully everything will end up really, really good. I don't know if you can hear, but it's really, really pouring rain right now, and I had to go out with my dog like twice in the rain, and that was crazy. Anyways, okay, I'm just talking, I don't know what about, but anyways, I am tired, so I'm going to get some rest. And this crafty week was, I think, really good for me, considering that I was able to finally start my new kit, which I was waiting for so badly. And um, hopefully, hopefully you enjoyed it. So subscribe to my channel, write comments, and give me thumbs up. And I am sure that this year will be so wonderful for all of us in our personal lives, in our careers, money wise, plus in our hobby. Favorite thing to do in the whole world. So, love you all. Thank you for subscribing and being with me this whole year and supporting me. So, love you all and have a great weekend. Have a great week, and we'll see you in my next crafty week. Bye bye.